Since the rupture of the dot-com bubble in the late 1990s, the international stock markets have been largely unproductive for the average investor. Knowing when to buy and when to sell is not easy, and timing errors can be disastrous. During this same period, the returns on fixed-rate, interest-bearing investments have been near their historic lows. Many traditional safe havens have been generally unproductive as well. By contrast, a quick look at the projections for teak tree investment model shows the obvious potential for investors. Demand for tropical hardwoods historically mirrors world population trends. Fact: the supply of tropical hardwoods from the rainforests is declining rapidly. Fact: teak prices 1970 averaged a 7.5% annual increase. You would need it to receive annual bank interest of between 8% and 14% to do as well. As we all know, the likelihood of that happening anytime soon is extremely remote.
Even in troubled times, timber as an investment is considered very stable. In fact, Bloomberg Wealth Manager says timber, a renewable resource with constant product demand, stands out as a remarkably stable investment. It has also outperformed other commodities in times of both high and low inflation. Joining us to discuss timber as an investment is Michael Ackerman, Chief Operating Officer of Ecoforests. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Jackie.
Michael, what makes timber such a good investment, even in difficult economic times, compared to other commodities?
60 to 70% of the returns realized investing in timber are realized because of the biological hedge. And the biological hedge is the natural growth of the tree, that it's invariably positive, is not going to be stopped by the financial markets or by the downturn of an economic downturn.
Michael, describe the philosophy behind Ecoforests.
Our idea as a company, we focus on three things, and that is people, planet, and profit.
What is the expected return on investment, and how is it generated?
The return on investment is based specifically on what timber species do you invest and what cycle is invested on.
Why do you consider forestry a near perfect asset?
One of the things, it's a commodity. So if there is inflation, prices of commodities go up. So prices of timber go up. So you have always an inflation hedge. In addition to that, as I said, 60 to 70% of the return that you can realize on an investment in timber is based on the biological hedge. So as long as the sun shines and the rain falls, the trees will continue to grow. So does the investment.
As long as the sun rises and shines and the rains fall, your investment is increasing in value constantly and consistently. A safe, sensible, long-term strategic reserve. Real growth in every sense of the word. Ideal for retirement or estate planning, ideal for education funding, or just a simple and effective way to provide above-average returns and a secure future without the worries. Profit from your investment will be realized in two ways: from the final harvest and from interim harvests called thinnings. Your plot will be planted based on the configuration of one tree for each 3 square meters, the result being 1,111 trees per hectare. These trees must be selectively thinned out, otherwise overcrowding and competition would reduce the growth rate. In years 7 and 10, these thinnings result in a commercially viable harvest that will be sold and a profit transferred to the investor. There is also a thinning in year 4, referred to as a sanitary thinning, which is unlikely to have any commercial value.